Hello. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
madam.
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam. Hello. Hello, madam.
Uh, can you hear me? Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
Okay, because there is a problem with the internet connection. Am I clearly audible?
Sometimes not, madam.
Do you have some problems in listening?
Sometimes, madam.
Okay. So that's what I'm going to recover that.
Now it's not
Sorry,
clear,
madam.
madam.
Your voice is not clear and stammering like really. It's a problem for
Topic
all, I think.
number
But they also
one, I suppose.
we can learn like this.
Okay, wait. This is only. Okay.
Hello, madam. Hello, madam. If you can listen to the voice of mine, then okay. You also can't listen properly, means that there's a signal problem. I think that it's difficult for us to continue like this. Can you listen me?
Madam is there, no?
Madam is there, but when madam explains, can you listen properly?
No, madam isn't.
I mean by she's not online right now.
She is not online.
I think yesterday also one of the teachers told me that she has a problem and it was difficult for her to listen and attend the lecture.
Hari. Okay, I hope now you can hear me properly. Is that so?
Yes,
Yes,
madam.
madam.
Hari. Okay. So then anyhow, today I will not switch on video because the landline, the telecom, the internet connection is blinking actually. I don't know the issue. So I am using a dongle today. So if I switch on videos, the clarity will not be that much. Okay? Hari. So last week, I suppose you all can remember, we did theories of second language learning. So today we are moving to a new lesson. Here you can see what it is. That is actually factors affecting second language acquisition. Okay, that is your second topic. Okay, so then by looking at the question, can you just tell me what do you mean by these factors? Any idea? Hari, okay, as already we have lost some time, we'll do. Hari, okay, just simply read. So our topic is second language learning. So earlier we discussed about certain theories related to second language learning. And today we are going to study factors which affect second language learning and acquisition. Okay, so here you can read. So the title, Factors Affecting Second Language Learning, it refers to various individual, social, and environmental factors. Okay, so in other words, factors which affect second language learning and acquisition can be three types. One is individual factors, second one is social factors, fourth one is environmental factors. So if you get the question, what type of factors affect second language learning and acquisition? You can say individual, social, and environmental factors. So meanwhile, if I am not clear, you have to tell me, or else you can put the message into chat box. Okay. So here, uh, towards the down of this slide, you can see examples for these factors. So under learner factors, you can see age is there, and then motivation is there, and then learning styles are there. Under socio-cultural factor, exposure, interaction, cultural background. And under affective factors, you can see there are three: anxiety, motivation, self-esteem. Okay, so we have to get some idea about these factors. We'll go to the next slide. So out of these three, learner factors, socio-cultural factors, affective factors, first we are going to study learner factors. Are you clear with the lesson and are you clear with the order?
Okay, madam.
Yes or no? Hari, okay. So now we are moving to learner factors. Out of learner factors, we'll first discuss age. Okay, just read. Okay, so age. So, uh, you might have heard, you might have studied, the age of the learner is a matter learning and acquisition. So remember here, language learning and acquisition, they are used, the two terms are used synonymously. So learning and acquisition are used with the same meaning. So when we talk about age, so there is a concept called critical period hypothesis in the field of language and linguistics. Have you all heard of critical period hypothesis, CPH? Anybody who has heard of this critical period hypothesis?
Hypothesis I have heard, madam. We have learned in Creation's theory, Creation's hypothesis theory.
Krashen's theory. Okay, correct. Very good. Okay, there may be students who are hearing it for the first time. Hari, the critical period hypothesis believes that there is a biologically determined period. During that period only, language learning and acquisition is more efficient and successful. If I summarize this heavy sentence into simple way, so according to critical period hypothesis, it is believed that there is a age limit that a person can learn a language successfully. And this critical period is believed to be over at the age of puberty. That means we can't tell an exact age, maybe 12, 13, 14. So when
Sure.
a child is stepping to 15, 16 years old, that critical period is over. That is the belief. Okay, we'll go to the next one. And there was a time in the world that this critical period hypothesis was highly believed. And even today we can't say it is incorrect. But there are cross arguments and there are cross opinions. We have to believe them also. And those who came up with critical period hypothesis, they are presenting these as key points or basis. Based on these factors only, they are talking about critical period. Hari, okay, I will explain. So, Krashen and other linguists, they say human brain, our brain is uniquely wired. We'll say our brain is uniquely prepared for language learning and acquisition during this critical period. So then according to them, after critical period, that preparedness or readiness will not be there for language learning. According to them, the young learners can learn a language very effectively and successfully. According to this, a matured person cannot learn a language in that way, biological basis. And the other one is neural plasticity. So according to that, the idea here is actually those who believe critical period, they are in the opinion that young brains, the brains of young children, they are very elastic like thing. That means plastic and adaptable. So their brains are very soft. They can be elastic or they can be more flexible and more flexible for acquiring language structures. So they can acquire language rules very easily because their brains are more plastic and adaptable. Okay, that's what they believe. Accent, the other one, these are factors actually. So then another belief is we are talking about second language, okay, not about mother tongue. So when young learners learn a second language, a new language, they can go uh, to a pronunciation which is almost like native. That means young children, when they start learning a second language, they can reach the level of a native speaker in pronunciation. But if an adult start learning a second language, she cannot reach to that level. That means native like pronunciation. They cannot reach that level. So when I am explaining these things, even you may feel this is correct. So you can think about young children, those who are having access to English language, maybe those who are going to international school, we'll say for an example. So they easily capture the language and they are having native-like pronunciation. But just imagine a person who start learning English as an adult. So for that person, it's very difficult to go to that level. Okay. Do you have any questions regarding up to now?
Yes, there's a slight, a
Yeah,
little
okay,
bit.
sure. You can ask.
This is what you said is actually correct. At the same time, the child should be taught with as a native speaker. Then only he can be able to pronounce like native speaker. Otherwise, he will become just like non-native speaker.
Of course, that's correct. That is obvious. Yes.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
teacher of
Yeah.
English should have
If
the
teacher is not pronouncing words like a native speaker, the child will not be like that. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, even I accept it. But that's correct. But according to modern English and modern language learning, native like pronunciation is not encouraged actually. So that is another thing. Even in Sri Lanka, there was a period that learners were encouraged to learn received pronunciation. That means British pronunciation. But now it is not encouraged. So now how people students are encouraged is to pronounce just like a Sri Lankan. I mean, I don't know whether it is correct or wrong, but it doesn't say that we have to pronounce English wrongly. But there's no need to pronounce just like a native speaker. I mean, the received pronunciation. And people say that because we were worshipping British English even now, because even in the field of academia, we encourage students to write spelling in according to British way. And even we, when we mark, if a child has written zero yellow or color, we underline it. So still we follow British. But all over the world, people are telling uh, we cannot say British English is the best. Indian English is not like that. It's not. So Indian English is Indian English. English of Indian people. Sri Lankan English is the way Sri Lankan people are using English. And then Canadian English, just like that. Okay, that is there. And more than that, even in England, British people, they do not follow their native like pronunciation every time. For an example, if you listen to BBC News, they are the announcers, the commentators, compares are using American English.
Like
Okay, sorry,
Finland.
sorry,
Can you bring that?
I did not get. Hari, okay. So, but I totally agree with what one gentleman said actually. Even though children are having access to English language learning and acquisition since their childhood, they can achieve native like pronunciation with the condition that is teachers, relatives, the surrounding people, they also should talk like native speakers. That is 100% correct.
Yeah, madam.
Okay. Yeah.
Influence of the mother tongue has become the burden
Yeah.
and the blockade for the speaker.
Sorry, mother tongue?
According to the mother tongue, English is pronounced. So that would be the very reason the people tend to pronounce according to their country. It is also there.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. What you told is correct because we had, for an example, Sinhalese language. When we take Sinhalese language, there are some sounds lacking. That means some English sounds are lacking. For an example, recently as the 60th letter, the first sound has gone to alphabet. But when we were learning, there was no first sound. And that is because that is why we Sri Lankans pronounce file as pile and pile as file. So we have those mispronunciation. And even Indians, they have mother tongue influence. That's why they say we are going to an Indian airport. So we can't say that's wrong. So that is something biological also. Hari. Okay, now we'll move to this second slide. Evidence for and against so, critical
yeah.
period
So,
hypothesis.
madam,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, but actually the R is pronounced, but they directly they say we are,
Yeah.
but English, British English or American English, they say were. The R
Yeah.
is R touch the uh, what is called that plate alveolar or alveolar ridge.
Alveolar.
There it touches. Also were R is actually
Yeah.
pronounced, but it is silent and it touches the tongue.
Yeah.
They are, but they say directly. That is the difference.
Yeah. There are differences
We,
like that. Yes.
yeah.
Obviously. Harry. Okay. Evidence for and against critical period hypothesis. We'll see. Harry. Okay. I hope you finished reading. uh, Studies there are research done about critical period hypothesis, so they have found certain evidence which are very supportive to this theory. So then one such theory, I don't know whether I have included it here in next the latest slides. Have you heard there was a girl who found isolated in 1970? Actually, her name was Jenny. She was nearly 14 years or 13 years old. I will tell you exactly the age. I can't remember it exactly. Uh, So then she was isolated because of her father's extreme psychological problem actually. So her father was very much harsh and he wanted to make her daughter isolated. So when Jenny was found, it is said that she has been chained to a bathroom, to a commode or something like that. And that is for 14 years. And her behavior was exactly like an animal. Okay, after she was rescued, the doctors investigated her. Her behavior was just like an animal, and later they have tried to teach her language. As she was isolated for years, she could not talk. Okay, so then she was taught by many teachers, but later what they found as result is actually she could not learn a language. And it is said that the only word that she could pronounce was milk. And that too she pronounced not with an understanding. Okay, so the discovery of Jenny, it was an incident which supported very much critical period hypothesis. The reason is when Jenny was found, she has she has passed her critical period. Okay, so that is one incident. But at the same time, there were researchers who challenged critical period hypothesis. Where they were highlighting there are adults who started learning a second language with a high motivation, and they have shown very good results. For such adults, age has not been a barrier. Okay, did you get the point? So there was a time critical period hypothesis was 100% believed, but later it has been challenged.
Excuse me, madam.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, madam, can we get all these PDF to the group?
Yeah, sure. I will give.
Yeah.
Soon
Okay.
after the lecture, I will put it there. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay, madam. Thank you.
Okay. And then ultimately,
Madam,
we
excuse
cannot.
me. Can
Sorry.
we get excuse me, madam? Can we
Oh,
get
sure.
last session's PDFs again?
I put it into the group.
I didn't find, madam.
No,
We'll ask somebody to
okay.
resend it. Then can somebody resend it to the group?
However,
You can
madam,
forward it once again to the group. Even I will do it later. Hari, okay?
Hmm.
So then, are you okay? Hari, as students learning in 21st century in the year of 2026, what we can talk about, what we can say about age as a factor is this. We have to accept that age is a significant factor in language learning. Age also matters in language learning, but we should remember age is not the only determinant factor for successful language learning. Along with the age, there are other factors also which affect language learning, like motivation, learning environment, teaching methods. They also play a very crucial role in language learning. We can't reject age, not as a factor. Age is a factor in language learning, but age is not the only factor. Hari. Okay, we'll go to the next. Hari, okay. Age-related
Excuse me, madam.
advantages and yeah.
Excuse me, madam. Sorry for the disturbance.
No, no.
Madam, can you give your number, please, so that I can add to our group, TESOL group, because we
I
have
am already
the
there in
separate
the
group
group.
for that.
No, I am already there in the group, ne?
A TESOL group, is it like the January group?
I
Is
have
it?
no idea. Apex 2026 B.Ed
There are many groups are there,
B.Ed
madam.
batch.
So that's what we having the confusion. There are many groups are there. So that when you give that one, I will add. I'm not quite sure.
We are a
Hari,
new
okay,
group, madam.
Hari,
January
okay,
group.
my number is here. They are in the slide notes. Okay, you just write down note 776.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
note
madam.
776
Okay.
542
Okay.
770.
Okay.
Okay, note 776
Okay.
542 770.
Okay, ma'am, your name, please.
I'm Manusha Tennakorn. You were not here
Okay,
last
madam.
week
Thank
for
you
the
very
lecture.
much. Yes, madam, I wasn't. I couldn't attend the class last week.
Hari, okay.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
Hari, okay. Read this part. Okay, I will sum up here. What is this number? Yes, I have sent actually to the group. So then I can see here what I have sent also actually. I have sent some videos, MCQ 2 documents and the slide. Hi, okay. Young learners. So young learners are having
For the common
advantages.
group. Excuse me, madam. That is not for the common group.
Yeah.
You have some for the main group. So we need that the group which has been created recently. That's what the teacher also asks you to send. But you might have
Which is
sent
sent.
all the documents to the main group, means BED, LMS, and all these things may be there.
Then
But here,
who added me to that group then? Who added me
because
to that group?
what you are saying can't be noticed, observed in the group. That's what she also told
Madam,
you very
but
obviously.
we have separate
No,
group
no,
also,
I
madam.
did
For
not.
only the
Sorry?
only for the TESOL student, we have separate group. So I thought to get all these PDFs only for the TESOL PDF, only for that group. We need for that only, because we got the last week like theories like behaviorism, cognitivism. So that one we already got that one. So this is the second one, I
Yeah.
guess. So we need like that only. TESL group, separate group we need like that. Because otherwise it's so confusing all the things. So that is another separate group we have to make that one. So already it already made that.
I
This
have
TESL
no
group
idea
we need
about
separate one.
no, I will say share it with the management. That is the easiest one. I have no idea about these groups actually. So what I asked last
Give the
week,
number.
or maybe the
Excuse
previous
me,
week,
madam.
you
No, it's not the
student.
We also
if you
didn't
give the
get
number
any.
to the exact person, she will add you. That's what. So it is not.
Sorry,
If you give the number directly to the teacher or a person who has created this group, will
I
add
don't
you.
know who created it. Who created the group?
Ma'am, I only created for the TESL group. So I want to know whether you are in the group because there is a wait ma'am, 1 second. I will check your number and I will confirm.
Madam, we
Maybe.
also
I don't
didn't get.
know. For your convenience only, I did not share lesson material like this previous time, the earlier batches. What I did was I was sharing the material with the management. Then students were telling they are getting them late. So I thought of quickly sending the material to you. That means the way that you can have materials so quickly. But I don't know how many groups are there. Or whether you all are in the same group, or why do you have
There are
different
so many
groups?
group, madam.
S-
One is BED, one is TESL.
Madam, we are January group. We are January registered group on
Uh,
TESL, BED TESL.
then you can have
Now
a
we
group
can add
like
your number
January.
to that group.
Ah,
We
so
also
then
there,
this
Yes,
madam.
group
yes.
is Apex 2026 B.Ed batch
Yeah.
means everyone is there. You people are not there.
No, madam. We are in the EM 25 batch.
The previous batch.
We are
Yeah.
26 January,
Or
madam.
else you can, but okay, I don't know what.
Mm-hmm.
Madam, I
Okay.
have sent the invitation to you. You have to join that now.
Hari.
Just now I have sent the invitation.
Madam, we are not
This
in the
is
TESL
26
group.
January. Hari, this is 26 January group. Is that the
Yes.
new one?
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
That's one
Ha.
hours, madam.
Some of
Hari.
them
Okay,
are
that is
in
the latest
26
group.
one. Yeah.
Hari, that is the
Some
Yes,
latest
madam.
group.
are in,
Hari. Okay. Okay.
we
Yes,
are in the
madam.
Okay.
2025 one.
Ha.
The lecture
Hari.
is
Okay.
going.
So then here.
Excuse me, madam. The lecture is going for which page? 25 page or 26 page? Yes, I have a
Who?
little confusion. They say now the lesson is going on for 25th page, right?
I
Madam,
am a
this is
visiting lecturer here. Okay, I don't have any idea about these groups. I'm not a permanent lecturer. I'm a visiting lecturer. So
So anyway,
when
right?
they
Now all of us
sent
are in the
me the
25th. All of us are in
yeah,
the
madam.
25th batch. That's what I am asking.
No,
I'm in the 25th batch, last year
No,
batch.
some are in 26.
Now,
we are
Some
by
already
the
in
Some
time
are
26, madam.
26 batch.
by the time you told me, it came to my knowledge about this one. Like I thought that I am also following 25th batch, and the notes are given. Then I am there. I click the link and listen to the lecture. So I don't know how so far it works, and sometimes we have to write the same notes one over and over. This may be a great problem.
have you learned this early, this subject?
No,
No,
madam.
no,
No, no, madam.
no.
No.
Madam, is this the third class,
Because
right?
so that, huh?
Is this the third class, right, for the TESL?
I have no idea. I have been teaching this subject to
Last
different
time,
batches many
excuse me,
times.
madam.
Madam, we
Last time
didn't
we
get
learned.
any.
Last time we learned implication of
As I
humanism
think this is
for
25th
second
batch, no?
language.
No, you have to clarify and verify these things with the management actually.
I think the
They must
confusion with
that,
the management. They have added
Yeah.
everyone to the one group because of that.
Yeah, I have no
because,
idea when they are sending the link. When a new batch starts, they ask me whether you can do this subject as usual. Then when I say okay, they send me the link and the dates that I should. So that is through negotiation. I am giving the possible dates and then they also check. And
We are the
that is
freshest
how
batch,
they,
madam.
madam, but
yeah.
I'm going to tell you for the last time what we learn in the second language. Implication of humanism for second language. First one, creating a supportive learning environment, focusing on learners' needs. So after that, this is we are going to learn the factors effective second language acquisition. Is it
Yeah,
all
I
right?
think you
The
are
Madam,
the old batch. You have to go from the old batch. I guess so
yeah,
because this
maybe.
is
Who taught the subject? Who taught the subject?
yeah, you are the one who told it, the same voice, and you are the one,
Really?
Anush. Second language acquisition and
Huh.
I don't know what is going on here.
But you did not sit for the exam.
No, no, no. 25th batch, madam. September batch.
I have no idea. Maybe they have changed the syllabus or something like that. I don't know. This is what I was given, the topics. Hari, okay, we'll continue. You just resolve those problems with the management because even though we talk it for hours and hours, we can't give a solution. Hari, okay. So
And
age-related factors, when
are
it comes to young learners, there are advantages as well as disadvantages. Advantages are they have a neural plasticity. That means their neuro system that is very elastic like that. And then they are very eager to learn, less inhibition, they don't have barriers. Disadvantages, the young learners, they have a limited attention span. They can't concentrate for a long time just like adults. And when it comes to young learners, their cognitive development is very slow. And maybe they rely on visual and concrete learning. Okay, so these are there. And when it comes to older learners, adults, there are advantages. They have a very good cognitive abilities because they are adults. And then they have metacognitive awareness. Metacognition is beyond cognition. And then they can use very effective learning strategies. They know them because they are adults. Disadvantages are actually they have some fossilization of errors because of their age. So if they got some rule wrongly, it's very difficult to change. And greater anxiety and inhibition. So unlike small children, adult learners are very anxious and they are not comfortable in learning. And they don't have much exposure to informal language learning opportunities. So the young learners, they have lots of informal language learning opportunities, but adults, they don't have. Hari, okay. Hari, okay. The last slide under age. Hari, okay. So, implication for language learning as language teachers, especially actually, having a very good understanding about the role of age in second language learning and acquisition is very important because according to the age group of the students, teachers can alter their teaching methods because the same teaching methods cannot be used for all age groups. So based on the age group, we have to change the teaching method also. And once we get this understanding, we can create very supportive and encouraging learning environment for students. Okay, that is the basic need. Okay, now up to now we were talking about age as an important factor of second language learning. Okay, now we are moving to the next factor, that is motivation. You just have an idea. Yes, this is the third class we are doing, correct. First class was done long time ago. I have the record. Yes.
Yes, madam. Third class.
Yeah, first class was done on January 27th. Second class was on 9th February. Today is the third one. Yes, 16th February. Okay,
Yes, madam.
motivation. Yeah, motivation is a very familiar factor for you. Motivation is actually an internal state and which encourage individuals to engage in goal directed behavior. So then for all the actions we do, there is a motivation. Just imagine you feel thirsty and you will go and pour a glass of water and drink. Even for that, you should have a motivation. If you do not have a motivation, even though you are thirsty, you will be without drinking a glass of water. And we'll see. And there are different types of motivation. Basically, intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation. We'll see. Okay, from the adjective intrinsic, you can get an idea about this. When it comes to intrinsic motivation, motivation is within the person himself or herself. Okay, so therefore, intrinsic motivation, the factors like interest, enjoyment, genuine desire to learn will affect. They are the factors for intrinsic motivation. Example here you can see, just imagine there is a student who is fascinated about Japanese culture. She might have seen Japanese photographs, the country pictures, films, So, as a result, the student was fascinated by Japanese culture. So then the student is automatically motivated to learn Japanese language because then she can understand, appreciate Japanese literature, music, and films. Otherwise, nobody asks the students to learn Japanese language. That is out of intrinsic motivation. Okay, I'm continuing. If you have a doubt and if you can't understand certain factors, you can disturb me and I will explain. Hari. The other one is extrinsic motivation. Okay. Intrinsic motivation is due to external factors, just like rewards, grades, just like that. Here, one example is here. Students may learn English, that is to uh, pass a required language exam for graduation. There is a reason for the students to learn English because without passing English, she cannot have a degree, something like that. And then most of the students, they learn English thinking that they can find a job very easily, extrinsic motivation. And then intrinsic, extrinsic, and the other one is integrative motivation. Okay, you might have understood integrative motivation. What is the meaning of integrate? The simple meaning is join. Okay, so that means the learners, the second language learners, they are motivated to join the particular cultural, social group of target language speakers. This happens very often when when the persons go to a foreign country, English speaking country, we'll say. So when they were here in Sri Lanka, they did not use English. But after moving to a foreign country where English is spoken, so they have to learn it. Otherwise, they can't be a part of that community. And that is called integrate motivation. So there are three types of motivation: intrinsic, extrinsic, and integrate. One more is there. See, instrumental motivation. Okay. Instrumental motivation you can easily understand. That is due to very practical goals like career advancement, academic success, to travel. Okay, so from the example also you may understand it because as a part of career fulfillment, we have to learn another language. And so here I know in Sri Lanka also Sinhalese government servants, they need to pass Tamil language. And vice versa, maybe Tamil government servants, they need to pass Sinhala language, or there are certain things. Honey. Here, these things affect motivation. The positive belief of the students towards language learning abilities, and the value of the target language. Okay, the learners are having different belief about language learning. When learners are having positive belief, it will affect positively to students' motivation. Another factor is learning environment. So when students are having a very supportive and engaging learning environment, they will be motivated. Teacher factors. And when students are having very enthusiastic and supportive teachers, they will be motivated automatically. And then social and cultural factors. So then if they are living in a culture and society which they are having exposure to target language, they will be motivated. So for an example, in Sri Lanka, there is a very good exposure to English language. And also Sri Lankan culture, high value English knowledge. So automatically, at the same time, personal goals, clear and achievable language learning goals can provide very good motivation. Okay, there are many factors which affect motivation. You can write many more actually. I just put here some of them. Okay, now up to now we discussed two factors which affect second language learning, age and motivation. The next one is learning styles. Okay, just see.
Madam, can you show previous one, please?
Hari, sure. This one.
No, previous one.
Is this the one?
Yeah, no, madam.
Then?
I got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Welcome. Learning styles. Learning style. You all know very clearly what it is. Individual learners are having their own way of perceiving, that means understanding, processing, and retaining, keeping in memory information. So that is simply called learning style. There are very common three learning styles. Okay, so you might have heard of these three learning style: visual learners, auditory learners, kinesthetic learners. Some people pronounce kinesthetic or something like that. Kinesthetic learners. And later we can see there are other types also, tactile learners, just like that. Okay, we'll just learn the basic. Okay, see, visual learners. And these are very simple things you might have studied these things somewhere. Okay. Visual learners, as the name denotes, so they learn best by seeing. Uh, Seeing the stuff, actually, seeing information. What is this message? Harry, okay. So then they learn by seeing, means they like pictures, graph, charts, and there is another term, spatial learners, visual spatial learners. Then the characteristics of these learners: they think in pictures, These visual learners, they like visual medium, just like graphic organizers, flow chart, and models. And in addition to this, it is believed that visual learners, they love to be in the front rows of the class. They like when the teacher is writing things in the blackboard. Visual learners can recall information very well because their memory is related with the picture. And they are very quiet actually because when they have to listen, they are very quiet, extensive listening. That means if they listen, but other students, they will be intensive listeners. But visual learners, they are extensive listeners. And visual learners are good actually. They are perfectionist and they are well organized. And then auditory learners. Okay, auditory learners, they prefer to learn and they learn best by listening to information. They don't want to see the stuff, but they want to listen. So they like to learn through listening to music, lectures, discussions, but rather than reading a textbook. And visual learners, even though the teacher is not audible, if teacher writes the stuff on the board, they will be happy. But visual auditory learners, they will not learn better when the teacher is not very audible because they are auditory learners. And auditory learners, they speak out loud. That is to process information. So they rather than visual instructions. Okay, they may enjoy music. They prefer to read aloud instead of reading silently. So young age, very small auditory learners, they prefer reading aloud. They don't like reading silently. Okay, the third one is kinesthetic learners. Hari, okay. I have to share the slide once again. Hari, this is what we were talking. Hari, okay. I don't know. There is a connection with the signal in the area actually. Harik. Kinetic learners, they love to learn by doing actually. So yeah, I give you an example, then you can better. So just the students learning, a teacher is explaining how to prepare a thing sheet, the teacher will rail, the kines learners, they free to lead on listen to the teacher inside class. In they'll go to the field and
Hi, ma'am. Are you there?
Yes, yes.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am was offline, I guess.
Oh, yes, offline, madam.
Is the class over?
No, no,
No, madam didn't feel like that.
Maybe she's offline, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe she has disconnected.
Yeah, maybe. We'll wait for some time.
okay, okay.
Okay.
Did you all get the last PDF
No, can you
from
send
the
it
admin?
to us for the chat box?
Yeah, can someone send that one? Because we already created a group,
We
right?
couldn't get from the chat box.
Mm-hmm.
There
So are
anyone
you all
which group
in January
25
group?
batch? So
We were,
25 batch, 6 batch are all together. Is
yeah.
it all
Shall
right?
I send a new?
Huh?
Shall I send new batch link to you all so you all can join for the new batch for the January batch?
No, we are in the 25 batch. That means January,
25.
September, and May.
So this is but I just having the confusion with this is third class, right? So
Yeah,
we are
third,
studying
we
at the third
also
class.
there. We also
So,
there, but we didn't get the PPT in our
okay,
group.
right. Okay, so in September they did not
No,
start
no.
this
No, this is what according to
learn
my
and eat.
knowledge, what I'm telling you.
Learn and
According to
eat
my
all they
knowledge,
did
what
not
I'm
teach.
telling is very, the 25 batch, 26 batch, however possible, however it is possible for the lecturers to lecture, they gather, they use all these batch and we have to learn. So that's what. Anyway, if, as the one who the badges, the participants who get the links in their own group can join. So that's what I have studied out of this group. So that would be the reason, I think, because normally I think a while about this, because 25th batch is there, then in the 25th batch also the September, and before that May also, something like somebody told me that, and January batch, new batch, all these things, all these group members are here. So anyway, some lessons are common for all. That's why they have make these lectures easier for them to do this job, I think. So
No,
anyway,
actually,
to our group, we need the slides,
All the
right?
group
At
slides,
least the
yeah.
scripts of whoever. I am telling
Means
to
we
my
are,
batch, share the screenshot. Whoever attends the class, one takes the in charge of share the screenshots in order. So I am speaking with my batch 25 last year. So it would be very easy.
so
You mentioned there 25, 25 and share.
have you taken all the PDFs or anything else, something like that? PPT, something like that, all these the what she is teaching today, learn and needs and motivations and all. Have you taken earlier?
No, this was the first time. Anyway, I'm telling, share the slides to the group. Not only for me, I am telling, I am speaking on behalf of each and everyone, any group. So it would be very convenient and easy for the teachers or the learners to
Yeah, that's
learn.
okay. That's fine.
So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
From the beginning, we
it,
have
it
because
is
we are
compulsory
freshers,
to
right?
use
We having the confusion with this. We are
that.
this is our third class, so we don't know. So from where to start,
Yeah,
where to which class is going on. So we having the
that's
confusion. We don't
going
know
on.
from top to bottom what is going on. So then,
So last time
so
we
that is
learned,
the confusion of
yeah, we
this.
learned behaviorism, cognitivism, and all. So this is
So
what
that is
I am
already
telling.
completed.
I
First and second class, I
I
guess.
sent some PDFs and something for the to the year 2026. Can
Yeah,
you see there?
are you from January? This is this now, right? You are January branch?
We want second class PDF and the PPT. First class one
Yeah.
we have no
Yes, we got the
reforms
first
no.
one.
They are
Series.
in.
But I am telling this is
Do
for
you have second class PPT or PDF? Anyone got this?
mention. Yeah, mention the badge especially for which group you are going to send. For 25th
We
month,
want
you mentioned
to
that you will
January
send.
group.
Yeah,
Then it
just
is
send me the
complete.
January group. Second one we don't have.
And May.
Yeah.
Second class
Yeah, I got that
PDF
one.
or any PPT do you have? I asked from
Yeah,
the September batch.
Reforms, no, I sent them. Educational reforms, I sent them.
See.
It's the second class PDFs. Those are the second class PDFs, educational reforms.
no, that's better for the TESL. We have to keep separate because education we have another group, right? For the PGDE, another group. So you can send it to there. So TESL we have to keep
It's, I think,
separate.
comparative education's PDF, no?
Yeah, that is general, right? That's a
You
general one.
said comparative education. Yes. That's
Comparative is the
the
general
another
course.
comparative education's PDF you sent, no? Isn't it? It's a comparative
Yes.
education
There are some
note. I asked me this teaching English as second language, second class PDF. This madam's
Comparative we got from the
Anusha
madam.
madam's one.
Comparative. Yeah, Anusha madam's one only we
Yes.
need that.
comparative
Anusha madam's
education, no?
second class one.
Oh, I said the second one, comparative education.
No.
No, dear,
We want
comparative education we got already
Anusha
from the
madam's
madam.
one. Teaching English as second language. It's another
Now
subject,
see
no?
reforms, educational reforms. Right. They are, no?
It's comparative
Right.
education, my dear.
Okay. Let's see.
Anusha madam's one. Can you please check that?
On that last two lectures, she has did the same PPT. You can refer the PPT and you can find out the both lectures are according to that one PPT.
Have you found it?
Yes, because she made,
Behaviorism one?
yes, I have, because she made the group on last lecture with getting numbers of the participants.
We have not found it.
Oh,
She sent it to that group. I think some
Anusha
of
madam?
the Anusha madam or someone. Anusha madam asked us to put our number into the chat box and made the that group, and the group was made, and she sent the PPT for that.
We are not in that group. We sent our numbers, but
You were
we
there,
are
no?
not that in that
Yeah,
group.
I have seen you were there. Maybe you will add her to that group after she's sending the PPT.
Yes, I think. Can you share it again to that group?
Yeah, I can. I'm trying to send it to this
Thanks.
chat box, but I couldn't. I'll send it to that group once again.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I think already class is over, I guess. It's 9:17, it's almost.